What's up guys, and welcome back to SimCity. Today we shall be further developing this city. Now we're going to start with looking at some of the data maps, but I'm just trying to find which one I actually want. There we go, residential map. There's the, obviously, residential buildings where they mainly are. We're looking at the happiness map. Obviously the things in red are places where people are unhappy, and then all of these are data maps. These are key for, well, obviously building a city. As you can see, their population map and the ground pollution map. Now ground pollution should only really be covering the industrial area and the area where there's like the solar farm that we put in, the solar power plant, should I call it, really, because we had a wind farm and now it's a solar power plant. So really that's where all the ground pollution should be. So what we're doing is we're making a loss of about 2,000 now, and now 3,000 an hour or just over. So we've taken out a bond and we may need to put the taxes up a bit, because we're running low on cash. Things are expanding a bit. You can see that buildings are being built just onto the right hand side of your screen there, and really we need to find some parks that are costing a lot and bulldoze them or turn them off, for the simple reason parks are taking up the most money. So it's something that we've not really focused on. We've sort of been deleting parks and then re-adding them again, and really we need to be deleting them because they are costing us the most money, and obviously it's affecting us. But just deleting that one park and we've gone down from losing 3,000 per hour to about 700 and something, so it's not too bad at the moment. We're still making a loss though, and we still have to pay back that bond. So yeah, we've not built anything, and we had 50,000 and now we're down to 38,484, 64, whatever that is. So 37,000 now. So yeah, we need more money in the city. So what I'm doing here is trying to expand this industrial area a little bit. As you can see, put some industrial down, and it's already building along the coastline, so that's good. We're getting more industrial in, which we don't have a lot of in this city, but we are sort of making that pollution self-contained, so that's okay. That's fine. And I'm also adding now some residential along this main road, which was originally the highway, but now it's kind of not. It's kind of like a dual carriageway that leads in and out of the city. So I've put some residential there, and it's already building, so that's good. And we're getting a little bit of expansion, so we are getting more buildings in, and we are getting a lot from residential buildings. Deleting a couple of roads here because really, do we need the expansion or do we need the buildings? Well, we need new things to build, and obviously if we've got the expansion, then things that are already pre-existing there can obviously expand and make themselves bigger, which in turn can bring in more money. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. If it doesn't work, then we'll scrap it all and rebuild it all again, like we have been doing. So all I'm doing is taking this commercial out, deleting all of these buildings that are building, and what I'm going to do is whack some more residential down, because there is a demand for low value residential. There's not really demand for medium wealth, and there's a little bit of a demand for high wealth. So we need residents in where we can, and really you would say, oh, we'll build a load of small roads, but they won't have obviously, yeah, we can pack in loads of small houses, but if they're in a medium wealth area, they're going to be medium wealth houses, and they're not going to take away that demand for low wealth. So, looking at land value, then land value is pretty strong, sort of everywhere you go in the city, to be honest, which is great. It's good for high wealth, and then these lighter green areas are good for medium wealth, with the white and the red being good and okay for low wealth. But we don't really have any of those areas in the city, so that's why there's a really big demand for buildings right about now. So all I'm trying to do is create some low value areas by deleting parks, which in turn puts the money back up. We are now in a positive figures again, and our money problems have gone because I've deleted some parks. Okay, we've got some negative land value around, but some low wealth will move into that area eventually now, which is good because we are taking away some of that demand. So what do I do straight away? I put in a park. Brilliant. Yeah, that's just me. But these are cheaper parks, which aren't really going to cost much, but they're just going to lift that land value just a little bit to make it good for low wealth, which really is what we need. It's not really going to negate any of that red and bad land value around the police station area, but it'll help bring in some low wealth, which is good. So let's see what the town hall is saying. We're now considered as a small city. To be considered as a suburban city, we need more residents. Okay. And these people want to do a monster truck rally. No, you're alright. Okay, so we've got a task from our town hall, city hall, whatever it is, to get more residents in. And we need 15,000 residents. We're currently, it's just dropped down to just under 14,000. We're on 13,978. So, oh, it's gone up again to 14,000. We're about 700 off. We need residents. So, best thing to do, lower taxes just a little bit. We're still making profit, so we can afford to lower taxes. This should bring more people in, and it has. It's brought about 300 more people in. And we're about 400 off. We can do this, but I am going to delete a road. In turn, it's made a lot of people happier. Okay, that's a little bit bizarre, but it does mean that they can expand, so that's probably why they are happy. But by deleting that road, we're about 200 off. There you go, it's just ticked over. We now have 15,000 residents, and we're considered a small city just by deleting a road. So for all of those people that are saying, why you're deleting a road, that's why. Places have expanded a little bit more to fit more people into a much smaller space, such as a block of flats. Okay, it didn't happen there, but still works. So anyway, we can get a new department in the city hall, and we've already got a department of tourism. We're going to go with the Department of Education. Yeah, I've kind of put City Hall in a really daft place because I can't expand anywhere. I can put it sort of over the road. So we'll go with the Department of Education. What this is going to do is, obviously, it's going to boost up the education level of the citizens, so they're going to be more skilled workers, so they're going to take the commercial jobs or the higher commercial jobs. Anyway, looking at education. Building a high school means that we can provide skilled workers. Well, that's exactly why I put the Department of Education in there. So now we can put high school in this city, and because really we've only got a primary school, so we want to put it near the primary school. And where's a good place for it? We haven't got enough simoleons. It is 60,000 simoleons, we've got 50,000 simoleons, and we're kind of losing money. Which, okay, fair dues, but we're not losing that much. maybe if we put an attraction down, it may help bring in some money over the course of, you know, just a regular stream of income into the city through tourism. May help keep the taxes down, because we're getting visitors in that are going to obviously be paying. I don't know, we'll see. Can we pay off the bond? Will that be easier to do? Or do we take out another bond? Yeah, let's take out another bond. Because then we can put this Dutch windmill down, which is going to be our tourist attraction. We can put another one down, can't we? Maybe. No, Statue of Liberty is going to cost too much. Washington Monument's going to cost too much. Everything's just costing too much right about now, which is really a shame. But hey, what do you know? What do you know? What attractions can we put in? We can put Maxis Man down. Shall we put Maxis Man down? Is this a good idea to put Maxis Man down? I don't actually know if we should put Maxis Man down or not. It is a tourist attraction, kind of. I don't even know where to put it in the city, to be honest. No, we'll leave it. We won't put it in. We've taken out a bond, and we're back to where we started, really. With the Dutch windmill's gone in, though. Electronics has not been approved yet. We can put culture in and worship in for free. Culture obviously costs. We do want a stadium. We do want a stadium. But where are we going to put a stadium? 'Cause to be honest, it can only really fit there, maybe. But everything's already filled in that section. And to be honest, I kind of want it because it's like a tourist attraction and it will bring money into the city. It can go there if I delete the road. I might just have to leave that for a little bit. Is the Expo Centre smaller? It is. It's a lot smaller. So maybe we can put the Expo Centre in instead. It can go there perfectly. When I say perfectly, it is overlapping some of the bigger buildings, but it can go there. Anyway, that's something to think about for maybe future episode. So, what do we need to do now? Well, we can pay off the first bond. It means we're not losing any money an hour, but we're not gaining any either. As I say that, we'd start to lose money. We have £3 in the treasury, but we have a bond paid off. We're now earning a tiny bit of money. It's just fluctuating between, well, in the red and in the green, which can be a good thing, or it can be a bad thing. Well, it is a bad thing if you're losing money, but at least we're not losing vast amounts of money. And destroying a little park will obviously help that a little bit. And we can probably put the park back somewhere else. And for some reason, that helps us make money. It just does. But what we are going to do is just bulldoze a couple of these smaller parks, because why not? There are 14 abandoned buildings in the city, which we do need to get rid of, because obviously it frees up the space and somebody else can move in there, which in turn brings money into the city. So just keep clicking on the abandoned building icon to find where the abandoned buildings are. There are 2 remaining and they are gone. Okay, we're losing money again, and we're down to 20,000 in the population. Are we down or are we up? We're up, sorry, yes, of course we're up, because 15,000 got us the Department of Education. Yes, we're up by 5,000, which is good. So we've put the taxes up to 20% for industrial. There's not a lot of it, and the same with commercial, because there's not much of either, really. There's more commercial than there is industrial, but there's still not much of either. And really industrial and commercial. They're all sort of located in their own areas. They're all sort of centralised into their own areas, and then residential is just spread out over the entire city. So we can afford to have the residence tax lower, and yeah, it's helping bring in money. We've upgraded this road down the middle as well, while I've been yabbering on, to a streetcar avenue. There's still 22 minutes wait for a streetcar, but it's more accessible now because there's another road with 3 stops on it. Anyway, water. There's a lot of water that's been pumped in the city, but we have some polluted water towers. So I will need to sort of move the water towers out of the industrial zone, because there's a lot of industries, a lot of factories, and there's also a garbage dump around this area, and having a water tower around the same area isn't exactly the same, or isn't exactly ideal. The sewage pipes, outflow pipes, are going to have to add another one just to make sure that we're in excess, and we're kind of just in excess by 4.7 kilogallons. We have a lot of sewage in the city. We have a lot of sewage, but we don't have a lot of garbage because of that incinerator. We need to do something about sewage. Nothing's being treated, and it's just being pumped into the ground through an outflow pipe. It's not ideal. We need to do something about it. And we need to do something about it kind of majorly. Anyway, we will leave it until we've got a bit of money and a few ideas on where to put a treatment facility for sewage. Anyway, I've deleted another road again so things can expand. They probably won't, because that's quite a large area. But we can stick some more residential in there, and already it's building straight away, which in a way is good because we want it to build, and that small building that was building is turned into what looks like it'll be kind of a large block of flats, so that's good, or even a small block of flats, which is good because it means we can get more people in. Anyway, what to do now? Well, we're going to delete this other road that's on the wonk. We will lose a park, but we can always put it back if we need to. We probably won't though. We're going to get rid of the commercial that's on this road because we want to try and keep the commercial centralised in the middle of the city. There can be little bits of commercial here and there, but try and keep it as centralised as I can. Anyway, this episode is coming to an end, so I shall see you in the next part.